Hey everyone, I just wanted to show you, this is what I do before I actually design a loudspeaker or build one. I use this program right here just to sketch out how it's going to look before I actually put it together. This gives me an idea that I can actually see, how everything is going to fit together before I even build a speaker or build a cabinet. So basically what this is a program that do two-dimensional sketches or two-dimensional vector drawings. And so right now I'm actually doing a vector drawing, which is 2D, but this program also does 3D images as well. And I'll show you a really quick sample of that. Like if I wanted to do this speaker in 3D, I would just draw, like a square box. This is start for a cabinet. And then I would right click and select Instant 3D. And there you go. Now this is actually an Instant 3D box. Let's see. Okay. So this allowed me to do, I could basically do a 3D scan or 3D rotation of the object right here. And I apologize, the computer is running a bit slow, so this is why, but there we go. Let's see if I can move it over. See, there we go. So this is what you could do, this is a 3D image and it does everything in 3D, but I don't use this all the time. It's running a little bit slow because my computer is, I've been working on this computer all day. Well, anyways, you could create 3D images of the speaker that you want to design, but instead I just used the 2D version because as you can see, it's a lot faster and I could get everything done quickly before I forget, if I come up with a certain design. So for example, I could take this tweeter. If I don't like the way the tweeter is actually placed, or if it's too far away from the woofer, I could bring it down like this. Then if I want the woofer down a little bit more, I could bring it down like this. So it gives me an idea how I want how the drivers are going to look once they are placed on the cabinet. So I raise it up back to the center right here. And there's options where you could, align this dead center. And to do that, for example, you would just right click on the image and then you clicked arrange and then you clicked align object and you hit horizontal center. And right there, as you see, it will align the woofer right in the center. So if I want to align the cabinet as well, if I want the cabinet to be exactly in the center so everything looks, lined up, I just do the same thing with the cabinet. And there we go. The cabinet and woofer is in the center. So I'm going to center the tweeter as well. And horizontal center. And there, the tweeter's directly in the center of the cabinet, the woofer, and so on. Well, anyways, by doing this, I could also figure out the dimensions of how far I'm going to place the tweeter away from the woofer. I just go down here to the bottom right-hand corner where it says transform, and this gives me my dimensions in inches, how far, before I drill the mounting holes for the speakers in the cabinets. This actually tells me where the drivers are at and where to place them and where to drill the holes at right here. So yeah, this is what I use, And also I wanted to mention one more thing is that you see these drivers that I have right here. And a lot of these drivers I use images, and other ones I actually draw out the drivers myself. I design them and I draw them out in this platform thing. And this is a tweeter that I was working on, and I could resize it if I want to. If it's too large and I want it to be scale with with this speaker, I just hit a few numbers like this and see, I just reduced the size, and this tweeter is actually 4 inches in diameter, so I just scale it down again to 2.9. Oops, it's the wrong thing. Okay, here we go. 2. And there you go. So that's pretty much the size for this particular tweeter. So if I want to use this tweeter, I could just move it over here, take this one, and put it to the side right here. And move this one over. Okay, so here, so yeah, that's what I do pretty much. So I also want to show you the rear, what the rear of the loudspeaker looks like. So if I want to go there, I just click on this image right here, double click. And there you go. This is how the rear of that loudspeaker will look, or that's how I can make it look. And again, I can change it or do whatever. Here's some more drawings I did. If I want to put the binding post like this, instead of having it on the left side, I could put them in the center. I could raise them up here like this. And again, I can align them directly in the center if I want to. But again, this is like a sketch. I'm just sketching everything out to see how it looks. Then I could take the port right here, and I could put it up at the top, kind of towards the top in the center like that. If I that's the way I want it to look, or if I like it. But I could bring it down like this, or I can just put it in a side too, like this, like that. And again, then also what I can do, I could actually, so you can actually rotate this faceplate, or I should say the terminal plate, if you want to. You could, two ways you could do this. You could either rotate it, go up here, rotate it by 90 degrees like this. This is the easiest, accurate way. Or you could just rotate it by hand like this, right? But first thing you want to do is you want to select this image and all the other images that's in here, and you want to lock it. Now you can rotate it, and see everything will rotate. You could do it this way. You can move the port up like this. If you want to design a speaker like this. Then if you want the binding post to be in a different position, you could just move them over like this. Okay, like that. Yeah. Again, you could do it this way if you like. Then you could really kind of fine tune it by doing this. Move it over slightly like that. Again, right here, at the bottom right hand corner, your transform, this is where all your information is going to be. When you move the object, you can move it x-axis or y-axis. X would be horizontally, and y would be vertically. And this gives you the dimension. Again, this is all scale, but for the page, I just reduced the size. I did not put it full size. So this is why you see these dimensions that are only 4 by 3 inches. So it's all scaled on paper, but when you put it on a program this size, you have to reduce the size so you can see the whole speaker. But again, you could zoom like this or zoom out. Okay, so here we go. This is a woofer. This is one I've been kind of working on. So if I want to reduce the size of this woofer right here, I just enter a few numbers. I just hit 4.0. And there you go. So that's what I'm doing. And again, I could put this woofer, there's a lot of things you could do with this. So I could rotate this back. I just select the whole image real quick, and let me see. Just group it. I could do this, then I rotate it back. Doesn't matter which way I rotate it, just as long as I do. Yeah, I just go rotate it by hand. So this is just by hand. Of course, you could do it, automatically. It would be more accurate, but I'm just trying to do this really quick. But yeah, if you want to get more accurate, you can center. I could remove the port. I could just delete it, and that's it. Then I can put the woofer in the back here if I want to have like a passive radiator system like this. I could do that, and there you go. And then again, all my dimensions right here would be right here, So if I want to see how far this woofer is from the top of the cabinet, I could do it this way. I could draw a bar and down to center, like right here like this, and then we're giving the measurements right here. Then I just calculate it by the what it's divided by right here, and it gives me the answer how far the woofer is away from the cabinet that it needs to be mounted or drilled. So yeah, so that's about it. So I just want to give you guys, to show you what I do before I actually build a loudspeaker. So this really helps. It helps a lot. And that's about it. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you very much and see you later. Goodbye.